Hi guys, just getting bored in office, so I wanted to do some analysis of this coronavirus situation. What I've tried and done is try to figure out in this trajectory of growing cases where India exactly stands as say compared to China, and just compared the two situations. Okay, before I get to the actual graph, what I wanted to explain is that most of the analysis that I'm seeing out there is based on time analysis, which is not really very accurate, and it doesn't exactly give the good picture. So for example, most of the graphs that you'll see out there are somewhat based like this. So you have time here, which is days, and here you will have is the cases, and what you'll see is some graph like this saying that this is exponential, and things are not in control. The problem is you really can't gauge how quickly this is growing or what is exactly happening through this graph. So so to understand what exactly is this exponential, I kind of went back to what the exponential is. So for example, this line is represented by an equation like this, that is y is equal to exponential raised to some factor times time. Okay, so time here is in days for our convenience sake, and that is what this graph is representing, and we're trying to find this k here. The problem is these numbers are uh, very changing very rapidly per unit time. So for example, goes from 10 to 100 to 1000 to 10,000, while the time is going in days. So that's why this creates a lot of inaccuracy when you're looking at this kind of a graph. So if you go back to the definition of what the exponential function actually is it comes out from this equation, that is dy by dt is equal to k times y. When you solve this differential equation is when you get the exponential function. In fact, that's how you define the exponential function. The any function that solves this equation is called the exponential function. So now in this case, what you see here, dy by dt, is the number of cases that are occurring per unit time. So that's basically your new cases reported every day is should be equal to some factor times the total number of cases. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to plot new cases versus total number of cases for China and India. And so I'm going to flip over, and this is the graph. Let me zoom out a little bit so that you guys can see this properly. Okay, so there are two curves here, two graphs here. This one is India's graph, and this one is China.